Hey everyone, this is Liberty Hightower from the Virginia Museum of Natural History, and for our a reptile festival online video, I just wanted to highlight my snake, Soba. Soba is a Rosy Boa. Here's his little name tag, and he is so Rosy Boas are native to southwestern United States, as like Arizona, California, as well as Mexico, and so. One of the cool things about this species is that even though they're all the same species, although that's kind of debated on whether they're one or two species, but let's just say they're the one right now, even though they're only one species, they come in multiple different colors, and some of the colors are this is your typical kind of coloration that you'll find in, say, Baja California, Mexico, and up and down in Southern California, is this, what we call the El Rosario coloration, where it's got that rosy reddish stripe that sometimes looks kind of orange, and then the gray bluish stripes that that you can see. I'm trying to get it to focus here. And one of the cool things about that the localities is that based on locality is kind of their coloration pattern. And so there's some in Mexico that are just black and white striped. Then there's some that are darker, some that are lighter. There's even a couple that don't have any stripes. They're what we call patternless, where instead of stripes, they're just one color. And like I said, Soba is the El Rosario locality, which is typically found in Baja California. And one of the cool things about Rosy Boas is that even though they're boas, and so we think of things like boa constrictors that are huge, and they're a very small snake, and that's why I chose this species as a pet, because this species, males max out at about 2.5 feet, and females max out at about 3 feet. And so he's a male, and he's right around 2.5 feet already, and so he's not going to get any bigger or longer. He might get thicker as he fills out a little bit more, but he definitely won't get any longer. And that was what I really wanted in a snake. I didn't want a snake that was going to get humongous, where I was going to have to buy a huge tank for him, and that I would have to feed really big animals too. This guy still eats fuzzy mice. I buy them already frozen, and then I thaw them out for him, and then he eats them that way. I don't like feeding my snakes live food. It can be dangerous to the snake, and I think it's a little bit stressful for the food. So, this Rosy Boa in particular, Soba, it was born on August 26th of 2017. So he's about 2.5 years old, and he's really inquisitive right now. This is the spring-summer activity that you see typically in males. He's actually not eating for me. He hasn't eaten in over a month. Which is not atypical for a snake, for a male Rosy Boa at this time, because it is breeding season, and so he's more interested in finding a female than he is in food. They sometimes drop a little bit of weight, but not a ton, and I weigh him regularly to make sure that he's not losing too much, but he isn't, which is good. I just weighed him the other day, and he's 129 grams. And you can see this beautiful coloration on him, where that's almost like a steel blue gray coloration, and then there's that reddish orange coloration. And when he sheds, and he hasn't shed in a while, but when he sheds, that coloration is just really pops, and a really gorgeous animal. And so there he is. And you can see, so he's in his adult enclosure. He doesn't need to be in anything any bigger. This is a 20-gallon long. And he's got his water right there. He's got a hide that's away from his heat source, kind of one in the middle. And then this hide right here is where he can hide, and there's warmth provided. And so he is, because they don't require a lot of heat, like say something like a desert species, at most his under the tank heater will get to be about 87. And I have a thermostat on it, and so when it gets to that 87 degrees, it turns off, and so that it doesn't get any hotter. That's kind of crucial for under the tank heaters, so that they don't overheat themselves. But he can choose to go wherever he wants to, whether he wants to be on the hot side, or he wants to be on the cool side, or he wants to just kind of hang out. He likes to hang out on top of this fake wood structure a lot when he wants to bask in the sun. And so his sun is this UVB light that I gave him, and it's not actually hot to the touch. It doesn't provide any warmth, but it provides UV light that mimics the sun's light. And that's really important for all your reptiles that you keep at home, because they're not getting the sunshine that they might get in the wild. And the UV actually helps them actually helps them with mineral and vitamin uptake, as well as promotes natural behaviors. And so I really do see a difference when the UVB bulbs, when they start to get old, they don't give out the UV light that they usually do. And so you'll actually see their behavior will sometimes slow down a little bit. And I'll check my date on my bulb, and sure enough, it's too old. So the type of bulb that Soba has goes, typically should be replaced every 6 months. And my bearded dragon has one that needs to be replaced every year. And so I write the date down and make sure to replace those. And so he's got nice little tunnels. I don't know if you can see the tunnels that he's created in his aspen bedding, so that he can go kind of all over the place. Commonly, you'll see his whole body will be curled up under his log, and then his head will be sticking out one of these side holes. And it's really cute. It always looks like he's kind of investigating. So yeah, it's a snake that you don't see as commonly in captivity as you do, say, your ball python or your corn snake. But it is a really nice little gem of a snake, especially if you want one that's going to stay small. And they're typically pretty calm, and they don't mind being handled hardly at all. And yeah, so they're a good pet to have. Very, very nice pet to have. And as most snakes do, they live a long time. So snakes can live most snakes live anywhere from 10 to 20, even longer years. And so I'll have this guy for a long time. He's only going to reach his 3rd birthday in August. So hope you guys enjoyed this video of my snake. Looks like he's done being on the camera. He's going to hide from us for the rest. Oh, actually, there he is, sticking his little head out from the back of his log. And so he likes to do this kind of stuff where he'll just be peeking out, and you'll see just his head. So he's a constant source of entertainment. I'm always, whenever I walk past his cage, I'm always looking around and trying to figure out what he's doing next and where he is. And yeah, so even though it's not a pet that you can cuddle with, like your dog or your cat, they do provide really nice entertainment, and they really are a fun pet to have.